Recording. Welcome everyone. Thank you for hopping on the Zoom tonight. I'm really excited about this Zoom. We decided that we really wanted to start hearing from our emerging leaders, people within our downlines who we saw great potential for leadership, who we wanted to call out and have host trainings for us. And tonight is kind of our first real emerging leaders Zoom, and the ladies that we have lined up for you tonight are incredible. I'm really excited. They're each going to kind of talk about one of their strengths, and so I know that I'm going to learn a lot tonight, and I know that you guys are too, so make sure you have a pen and paper ready to take notes for the things that they're going to share with you tonight. We have 8 ladies sharing about different topics, so we're going to go ahead and just get started and jump right in. And the first topic that I wanted to hit on tonight is the topic of mindset. You guys know that I'm really passionate about mindset. When that is in order, the rest of your business follows. And so we have 2 incredible girls that are going to talk about mindset tonight. So we're going to go ahead and kick it off with Emily Lowry. Are you on here? If you can just unmute yourself.
Hi.
Hey, girl.
Hi.
Well, I'm going to let you go for it and take it away and just share your mindset tips with us.
Okay. Excuse me, I tend to ramble. I'm a little nervous. But so, we get paid to share our love of this business and its products, to share what has happened to me and what has happened to you. And during that sharing, you will have people that are they're not very nice. And people are going to tell you no. And you'll have people judge you that think that you're crazy and wonder why the heck that you're doing this. So mindset comes into play big time when owning your own business, because what happens is when you start to listen to those things, to the negativity and the people who judge, we can start to get down on ourselves and believe them, and that's not good, because then you instantly want to stop working. And you should know that based on all the people that we see, that this business is real and you can make a ton of money with this business. What you cannot do is let those people get into your head. So you are not the only person who has days where you feel down on yourself and may think that this business isn't the right thing for you, but you need to stop that. Don't let those naysayers into your head. It's all about you and what's going on in your mind. Night night, Blinky. Let's see. So having the right mindset in this business will make the difference between making it big or will not. Have you ever wondered why some people in network marketing are successful? It has to do with attitude, self-motivation, discipline, desire. There's 2 types of mindsets. There's a fixed mindset where it's people that are they're born with it, or that's what they think, that they're born with all the talents that they're ever going to have, that they can't grow. And then there's the growth mindset. Those people believe that even basic talents and abilities can be developed over time through experience and mentorship and whatnot. And these are the people that go for it. They're not always worried about how smart we are or how we'll look, what kind of mistakes that we make. We challenge ourselves and grow. So there's a few things that I like to keep in mind, that great successes lies in doing what others say you cannot do. So to have the proper mindset, we need to prepare ourselves for those naysayers, for the negativity, the criticism, and all that negative stuff. We need to have the mindset of success. And we need to prepare ourselves for rejection. There's nothing wrong with rejection. We have to be resilient. A lot of people we talk to will probably not be as enthusiastic about the business as we are, but that's only because they're not informed, which is what we need to do, to inform them and show them exactly how good this business can be for them, to give them the freedom for their families, or financially to have a savings account, or whatever. Let me see. What was I going to say? Let me check my notes here. Sorry. Pregnancy brain. Oh, we need the right mindset that will keep us going regardless of how slow it can be at any given time. We need to remember that persistence will outperform any other way of doing things. So think of it this way. Water digs caverns into mountains and carves out new routes for rivers, not because of its power, but because of its persistence. So we shouldn't give up. Those people that are negative and say no, and I know we hear it from our upline all the time, but it's true. I mean, you don't give up. I'm not the type of person that gives up. I just go and go and go and go until I get to the end goal for whatever it was. So ultimately, I think that if you want to succeed in this business, our mindset needs to be built around our whys. Why do we want to achieve a success? Why do we want what we want? Why is it so important that it will keep us going no matter what? And know that we all go through the muck and yuck of building a business. Nothing worth doing comes easy. And this is why having the right mindset and doing daily self-development is so important, because only we can make, or you can make a difference with your life and with your business. That's it.
I love that, Emily, so much. Thank you so much for sharing. I knew the instant that we were going to have a mindset section in this Zoom training that I wanted you to do it, because you've always been so positive. You always have your head in the right space. And I guess the question that I have for you is, what do you do to keep your mindset there? I know you mentioned self-development. What specifically do you try to do every day to keep your mind where it needs to be in order to have like this wealth of information that you have just pouring out of you? What do you put into yourself to pour that out?
I'm just a positive person. I feel like there's no point in dwelling in the negative. There's no, because you're not going to get anywhere being that way. So when you have a goal, and you want to reach it, whether it's in this business or in life, whether, it's just to make breakfast, not giving cereal, you want to make eggs or whatever. I just think you have a goal and you go for it. Something as simple as that. I don't know. I just am the type of person that sets a goal and I'm doing it. I'm going for it. And that makes me, yeah. Sorry.
No, I love that. I love that. Positivity will rule out over everything else, and negativity will do the same. So I love that you choose positivity. It clearly tells in that. And I think that just gave all of us so much life. Thank you so much for sharing all of that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that was so good. Thank you so much, Emily. I took a bunch of notes. So we're going to pass it over to Erin Broadbent. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Erin is coming all the way from Australia. And so I was so excited she could hop on this Zoom, because who knows what time it is for her. I don't even know. And so I'm really, really excited to hear from her. So Erin, wherever you are, if you could just unmute yourself.
Yep. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me find you so I can spotlight you. There we go. Okay.
Here's my face.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't nervous until just a second ago, but I made notes because I'm a complete rambler. So first of all, let me just say I am not a person who's like just gone on this like straight trajectory to success in this business. I've had my volume way past diamond. I've gone back down to executive. I mean, I've been like all over the place. So I am, for other people, I'm a positive person, but for myself, I can be really hard on myself and pessimistic. So I know that there's probably some other ones of you who are like that as well. So this is kind of what I've learned over the year and a half that I've been doing this to help me to have a stronger mindset and to not have those like huge jumps in my business because my mind isn't in the right place. Okay, so the first thing is, and I know y'all are probably so sick of hearing this, but self-development is just so key. It's like exercise. You have to exercise and stretch and grow your mind. You're never going to want to. It's just like going to the gym. You're always going to find a billion reasons why you don't want to go to the gym and you don't want to work out. Same thing. You're not going to want to do self-development necessarily. You're going to be like, this isn't income producing, whatever. But it is. In fact, it's the key to your success or your failure in this business. So there's this quote from the almighty Stephen Furtick that I love. And it says, the faith to step out is useless without the faith to stick it out. And that to me completely sums up the whole like mental battle of network marketing. So I think a lot of us get into this business and many of us think it's going to be a quick fix. It's going to be like a microwave business. Or, you know, we've seen these like mega rock stars and like they're living these like uber glamorous lives and they make it look so easy because we've seen their highlight reel and not the struggles that they've gone through and not the fight that they've put in themselves. I just kind of have like bullet points. I'm just going to go with that because otherwise I'll be like, blah, 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 for the rest of the day. Okay, so the goal, whatever goal you have, I see you laughing at me, Claire. The goal you have, the goal might be glamorous. For instance, if you're like, I want to be an ambassador diamond, like that's pretty damn glamorous. But the daily actions to get there are not glamorous. They are not pretty. They are not well edited from Pick Tap Go. They are not any of those things. They're hard. They're simple, but they're mentally hard, and you have to be disciplined to do them. The second or third point now I guess I have is you have to intentionally decide each and every morning you have to choose your business. It's kind of like being married. You choose that person over and over again. And if it's not intentional, it will just fade away. And before you know it, you'll be like, I'm not really working this anymore. And it's just kind of slipping away from me. But what you're not doing is you're not waking up and saying, today I choose to do what it takes to run my business. And it really is, like, I think about it like being an athlete. Like, you have to do, which sounds so dramatic for this kind of thing, but it really helps because you have to do the things on a daily basis to get the big results that you want. Then the fourth thing was, regardless of what life throws at you, you have to decide that you are in this business for good. You're not in this business on the good days. You're not in this business when your marriage is 100%. You're not in this business only when your kids behave, because that would have been gone a long time ago. You're not only in this business when you have a good hair day. Like, you have to decide that no matter what happens in your life, this is your golden ticket, and you will commit to it every single day. Because if you wait around for your life to look perfect and for you to have time, it will never work. You'll never do it. And then the fifth point is I hear a lot of people, a lot of downline and everybody, and even people just on social media, and they act like this company owes them something. And they act like it's this big, like, self-betrayal. Well, that business didn't work for me, or that CEO didn't work for me. And I think when you have that mindset, it will never work for you. But when you take responsibility that you made a decision to start your own business, it is your responsibility. It is your business. This company doesn't owe you a thing, not a thing. You owe yourself to work this business because you already paid the $99 or the $9.99 to start this business. So that's not where your work ends. That's just the beginning. And it goes back to that quote where that's your faith to step out. But if you just stop after that, and if you just wait around for the company to sort of like magically manifest money in your bank account. That is your lack of faith to stick it out and to follow directions and to do the really simple tasks that we have to do each day to grow our business. The sixth point is, this is something I've found really helpful for me because I don't know about you guys, but I can get like super down on myself if I see like another leader post, I signed 700 LCs today, and I'm like, I did laundry. I don't know. Like, it just makes me feel really bad about myself. And then you get in the whole like downward spiral of, and you just stop working. So what I do is I unfollow, not in a mean way, but just to kind of protect my mind. I unfollow a lot of the top leaders because sometimes for me personally, seeing all of the highlights all the time, it works kind of the opposite way. It doesn't motivate me, it discourages me. And some people, it might motivate them, and that's great. So like, don't unfollow people. But if you're like me, if you're wired like me, sometimes that can be really healthy just to keep just maybe one or two leaders. So you're not just like bombarded with just like crazy success all the time. And so what I do is how I define success for my day is when I do my 6 list, essentially. So set really, really, really achievable, like goals you can meet for the daily, and then make those bigger goals for like the week, or maybe like a 3-day time period. Because if you're constantly falling short of the goals you're setting for yourself, it's just like you're constantly just going to fail that, because you're like, well, I didn't do it for the last 6 months, so I'm not going to do it this month. And that, even if you're not thinking that in the forward part of your brain, you're still thinking it. So what I do is like the list that I have so like if I talk to 20, 30 new people about the products or the business, or I get X amount of responses from new people, that's a win for me. I can go to bed and know that I succeeded for that day. Did I sign any of them? Maybe, maybe not. But I talked to the amount of people that I set out to talk to, new people, about the business, and I got X amount of responses, and now I'm in a conversation with them. To me, that's a win. So just like really break it down to like super, super chewable pieces, and then celebrate your ass off when you do them. Sorry, I'm not supposed to say ass, whatever. And so like give yourself a glass of wine, or like do something, eat a chocolate, do something, let yourself celebrate, because if you're not celebrating each and every tiny success, but you're completely magnifying and just like obsessing over every single failure, then it's just like what Emily was saying. You have to like give the power to one or the other. Sorry, I'm hurting. 7 was learn to catch yourself the second you start to blame shift and force yourself to take responsibility. If you're scrolling and you're like, oh, they signed another LC, oh, they signed another DT, stop. Just stop and think, well, what did I do today that's going to help move me forward to sign an LC or to sign a DT? Like, screw what everybody else is doing. What did I do? Like, stop focusing on that. Stop focusing on, well, my downline's not working, my upline's not doing this. What did you do today? It's your responsibility. It's your business. 8 is, okay, let yourself be mad, upset, disappointed, frustrated. Like, let yourself feel that. Just like get it out. Go scream in a pillow. Go like, I like to swear at the possum that's on our deck. I just go out there and just lay into him if I'm mad. He won't go away though. He's like likes negative attention. But anyway, that's what I do. I just go out there and just let him have it. And I time myself for 10 minutes. My neighbors think I'm crazy. And then at the end of 10 minutes, it's done. I'm moving forward. I'm not carrying that around with me. I'm not letting that color the rest of my day. I'm just going to move forward. So feel the emotions that you have, but then move on. 9, network marketing. It's no, you would not want to be. It's like, it's real messy. Network marketing, it's simple, you guys. It's so simple, but it is an absolute mental marathon. So if you do not prioritize, like I said before, exercising, stretching, and protecting your mind, you won't make it. Just like point blank, you won't make it. And then last point, and then I will shut If you want lasting changes in your life, those do not happen because of a lucky streak or because you just sort of happen to be in the right place at the right time. Those might give you success for a short amount of time, but it won't last. It won't be a lifetime of those changes that we all want for our lives. So long-lasting changes come from consistent, disciplined daily actions in the right direction. And the first step you can do for that is getting your self-development and starting yourself off right. And that is all.
So good. Like, so good. Like, I actually have, like, messages sitting in my inbox of, like, oh, my gosh, who is this girl? Where have you been hiding her? So we need to hear from you more often, but that was so good.
I've been staring at the possums on my deck. That's where I've been. I'm drooling, apparently. Okay, sorry. I'm out.
In the bush of Australia. My hand is, like, cramping up from all the notes I just took. That was so good. So many things. Like, I don't even know what to kind of highlight because it all just, like, kind of blew my mind. But I love how you compared this business to marriage and choosing it daily, like intentionally choosing this business daily. Cami said something the other night on one of our Zooms where she said, if you give yourself a back door in this business, you will eventually take it. It's just a matter of time. And, you know, I think we can all, sorry, someone's using, like, a blender in my house. You can hear that. But I think we all kind of, like, realize that that's a parallel in marriage, too, that, if you know, if you make divorce an option, then chances are eventually you're going to take it. Well, it's the same thing with this business. If you make the back door an option, chances are eventually you're going to take it. So good. Thank you so much. Thank you. I just want to hear you talk all night. But I know we have other incredible people to hear from, too. Okay, so next, we're going to jump right in to steps to success. So we have a couple incredible ladies who are rockstar enrollers who are going to go through kind of how they fill their steps to success each month. So Lindsay, where are you?
I'm coming. Here I am.
Hi. All right, let me find you and spotlight you for the recording. Okay, there you are. Okay, I'm really excited to hear from you.
Hey, okay, so I don't know. I watched Sarah and Claire for a really long time, and I was just like, okay, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to absolutely jump into this, and I'm going to go. So what I started when, honestly, I didn't even know steps to success was a thing. I just grabbed my diamond chart, and I was like, how do I get there? So then I figured out you have to go Ruby first. So steps to success, you obviously have your number one where you enroll as a distributor. And then 2, you want to get your 4 loyal customers. And then 3, you get your 3 distributors every month. And that is going to constantly build you as a Ruby because what is it? To go to Diamond, it's 3 Ruby legs. And so I just thought like, hey, if I don't build this, I'm going to at least get my customers right away. So I followed word for word what Brittany posted. I was obsessed with it, and I did. I remember every single day I messaged Sarah. I was like, got another one, 6 in 5 days. I'm doing this. Like, I'm going to hit that one every single day. So how I did that, so I was just like, I'm going to post religiously, and I'm going to talk about this business. I'm not going to bombard people because what I was attracted to was how they made this about their life. You know, you're not just posting before and afters every single day. You're actually including everyday real stuff into this, getting people interested, because if you're just going to have everybody on Facebook as your friends and then all of a sudden just have this business, people will unfollow you. And my purpose was I want them all to be interested in what I'm doing. Because like I'm interested in it, why wouldn't they be? So I grew my network right away. I had 700 friends. I'm like, I'm gonna get to 2,000 by the end of this month. So I just really found groups that were attractive to me, that they might think I was attracted to them, whether it was a workout moms group or a nanny group, because I'm a nanny. I just found stuff that would be relatable, that people would just be like, okay, I like this girl's post. I'm interested in couple fitness things too. And then I just started really focusing on relationships. That's what I did in the beginning of the month. And then actually I would do that by the end of the month. I made sure I added to my network every single day because becoming a new month, I would be able to approach them or maybe message them. What I say would never do is add someone and then like attack them right away, because you will get so much negative feedback. Luckily, I've maybe gotten 2 people in the matter of, I've been 5-6 months in this business. And so it's really about approaching it right. That was huge for me. And then, so yeah, building relationships. Okay. So when you're focusing on what you're messaging people, are they responding? If they're not responding, that's great. Those are all potentials for next month. That's how I always look at it. Those are people that I will talk to again, but at least I have started it. Now, if they say no, that's fine. Maybe I'll just be like, hey, I know you are interested in this second, but we have this amazing promotion going on, or this amazing deal, or something like that. And then it's just, if no one's ever responding, you really have to focus on, would this be something you would respond to? Are you word vomiting on them, or are you just being really realistic? So yeah, so that's how I really focus on getting my 4 loyals, because if you are messaging consistently 5 to 10 people every day, you are bound to at least get a loyal every week. So for me, I've noticed that if I'm not messaging people, nothing's happening because I'm not interacting. You can post as much as you want on your social media, but if you're not creating relationships and talking to people, you're not going to sign loyal customers. They're not going to come to you. It does not come that easy. I wish it did. That'd be sweet. And so then for my distributors, it's really about just, what is this business doing for you? What has it maybe done for other people if you can't share your success story? And where do you want it to take you? I'm not making thousands of dollars every single month yet. I'm going to be, though, and I'm going to tell everybody that I'm going to be doing that. So that's how I really focused. And I don't know, if you don't message, I message my entire Facebook. The day I joined, I'm just like, I'm doing this new business. I'm so excited, because they've been a part of my Facebook for 5 years, and if they weren't ready to hear from me. But I feel like if you miss that opportunity and then you feel like you're not so excited and you're in this business, then people don't really want to hear from you. If you go weeks without maybe posting, or I don't know, they're just going to see that, like, okay, I seen her being really, really happy about this, really into it, and now she maybe isn't. So I would say consistency is huge for your business, but reaching out to people is obviously the primary. And I don't know, I guess that's really how I always did my steps to success. And yeah.
I love it. Thank you so much. Your tips are great.
I rambled way too fast.
No, you're good. You're really good. I wanted to ask you, so you were talking about reaching out and messaging people. Can you give us an idea of what that looks like for you?
So whether like for a potential or for a distributor?
Either
or like a loyal customer.
Like, for example, when you said, if you're messaging 5 to 10 people daily, you're going to sign a loyal a week at least. So what is that? Who are you messaging and what are you saying?
So the best for my business is at the beginning of every single month, I'll be like, hey, I am looking for some product models for like hair, skin, and nails, wraps, and the cleanse, I explain a little bit what they do. I try not to go too far into detail because lengthy, they'll probably ignore it. But I'm like, does that sound like something you'd be interested in? I would love to give you my 40% off discount. And then obviously if they respond, I will definitely go into okay, so to be a product model is 90 days. So you can get a product every month for 3 months. So I definitely say that because I know a lot of people in this business miss that step. And you get a lot of angry customers. So you have to always remind them that it's in 90 days, because then you can go back, look at it, screenshot it, be like, hey, I did explain it. I'm so sorry you misunderstood. And then for distributors, it's just like, I'm a single mom, you're a single mom. I really think you would rock at this business, and you might not think that this second, but I would love to show you how to. So it might not be that blunt, but it's just like, I was handed this amazing opportunity. I was really like, it took me 9 months to join this business, but I think that you would kill this, because all I wish I would have done is join it yesterday. So it'll just be, I do have them all like written down. I'd love to just like copy and paste them on a sheet of paper, but it's just I really keep it simple. I'm just like, hey, I think you would totally kill at this business. Let me know if you want to know what I do. Or like, I can't stop thinking about you. That's a typical Sarah one. Girlfriend, where do you get your jeans? I'm just kidding. But yeah, just simple.
Awesome. Thank you, Lindsay. Did you have a question, Sarah? I saw you were reaching to unmute your thing. No? Okay. Thank you so much, Lindsay. That was really, really helpful. Really helpful. Okay, so next on Steps to Success, we have Natalie. Where are you at, girl?
I'm here. I don't know how to work this thing all the way.
Hey. Look how beautiful she is, you guys. You are. I'm really excited, Natalie, to hear your tips for enrolling in Steps to Success. So go for it.
Okay, so besides the fact that I'm like super nervous about this, I've never done this before, but I took some notes, and basically Katie just had said just say how you get your loyal customers. So really, I am super scatterbrained. I'm not consistent. Like, I suck at that. But ever since I started this business, that was one thing where I was like, okay, I really need to have a system here. So with me, I first off, super important is consistency. I even have a Post-it note up on my mirror in my bathroom that says consistency, because it's just like a reminder to me, like, that is what's going to make this business work, really, is consistency. Because if you're not consistent, nobody's going to really, you know what I mean? But so I always have my hundreds list, and I push that a lot with like my team, is I always say, okay, you signed up as a distributor. Awesome. Let's make a hundreds list. Well, what's a hundreds list? So when I first started, that was awesome for me because I have a lot of family. And so I pushed that, and I sat down, and my husband and I sat down, and we're like, you know, just make a list of people. But so I'm adding people to my list every day. So as I'm adding people to my list, I feel like I move people that I've already had on my list before they move down. So I've already been like chatting with them, reacting to their posts, commenting on their posts, building that relationship with them. So as I'm adding people to that list, then once those people move down in the list, I know that those are the ones that I can kind of go after and message. And so I'm not cold messaging because I've already built a relationship with them. So that is a big part of what I think has helped me is that list, because I go back to that every single day. I have it with me all the time because you are talking to a ton of different people. And so for me, I will get scattered and I'll be like, have I messaged that person yet? I don't know. So then I have my list and I can always go back to that. So that's super helpful with me. I think Katie had said, talk about like how I enroll loyal customers and how I get them. A couple things that have really helped me aside from messaging, because messaging is really important, but what I do a lot of is when I sign a loyal customer, I don't let a day go by after I've gotten either the email that they've become a loyal customer under me, or I've personally sign them up as a loyal customer. I don't let a day go by before I send them a message and I say, hey, I'm super excited that you're my customer. I can't wait to see what these products are going to do for you. I just wanted to let you know that I offer to all my new loyal customers, if you send somebody to me or refer them to me and they sign up as a loyal customer and spend $35, $50, whatever, I switch it up all the time, I'm going to shoot you a free wrap. Or if it's like something to where like they've gotten like ThermoFit and Fat Fighters but really couldn't budget for greens, I'll be like, hey, if you send somebody to me and they sign up as a loyal customer, I'm going to give you a week free of greens, samples of greens. I always have greens on the go on hand. I have them all the time. So that has really helped me because everybody likes free stuff. And I feel like that it's somebody that they're going to talk to is maybe somebody that I'm not going to find on Facebook. They go to work and talk about it. Hey, I just became a loyal customer for It Works, or hey, I'm going to try this stuff out. That's somebody that they're telling that to is somebody that maybe I'm not going to see on Facebook to be able to friend or whatever. So I feel like that has really helped me. I would say that has helped me out more than anything. But another thing that I do too is I do the free product post. That has helped out a lot. So I just say, who wants free product? Everybody wants something free. So that has helped out a lot. And then when they message, I'm like, hey, okay, so this is what you're going to do. You're going to put this post on your page. If anybody comes to me, I do it about ThermoFit, hair, skin, and nails, wraps. And then if they, come to me, then I'll give them a free product. I take advantage of my, my wraps that I am able to get for $25. I take advantage of those because a lot of time I go live almost every single week and give a free wrap. So when I'm like, hey, who wants a free wrap? And those people who comment on those posts, even if I don't draw their name for the free wrap, that's an open door for me to message them, even if I haven't been following them on Facebook, reacting to their posts or commenting on them. That's a free window for me to say, hey, I'm super bummed that you didn't get picked for the free drawing this weekend, but I wanted to give you a little bit of information about the wraps and just go from there. Or if I'm giving away like a bottle of Fat Fighters or whatever, that gives me an open window to be able to talk to those people because I'm not cold messaging them because they commented on my post. So that helps out a lot too. It kind of breaks that awkward of, am I cold messaging you? Am I not? No, I'm not, because you commented on my thing. So that has helped me out a lot. And let me think. I took notes. Again, with consistency on posting, I would say probably 80% of the people who are loyals under me have never liked, reacted, or commented on my posts. They have private messaged me. And so that with that, I think consistency on posting about products, being a product of the product is super important. So take advantage of the auto shipment because people will look at like posts of pictures and stuff. But I feel like if you're holding that in hand or, if you're showing your results, I think that has helped out a lot too. I love our products and they've helped me out a ton. And so being a product of the product has, I believe, helped a lot because that grabs people's attention a lot better, I think, than just constant pictures of the product that you get off of Pinterest or whatever. Some of them are super cute, but I just think that being a product of the product has also helped. And another thing that has helped out with me is following up. And I know that it's follow-up Fridays. That hasn't really worked for me. And it might work for some people, but for me, it hasn't. People are busy. So I feel like a lot of times I was left on read. Like they read my post or my message, but they didn't respond to it because they're busy. I'm busy. I have a salon in my house. I have 2 kids. I have a husband who's like a 3rd kid. I'm busy. So I get that people are busy. They read messages and then forget to respond. So sometimes I take it personally, but then I got to think, Natalie, you've done that to people too before. Katie messaged me for 9 months before I responded to her about It Works. So, people do it. But so follow-up Fridays has not worked for me. I follow up on Tuesdays. My husband and I have devoted Tuesday nights from 7 to 9:30. We sit and we catch up on our binge watching of episodes, and we both have phone in hand and message people on Tuesdays. Only reason why is Mondays, people are because it's Monday. Wednesday, people have church. Thursday, people are tired from the week already. They can't wait because tomorrow's Friday. The weekends are busy. So Tuesdays seem best for us. For us, even in our personal life, Tuesdays are kind of a slow day for us. So I follow up on Tuesday. I follow up on people who have liked, commented on my post. I have followed up with people who I have messaged, people who have like shown interest in stuff, and then people who I want to use our products. So I follow up on Tuesdays, and that has worked out a lot better for me because I feel people are just like home and chill on Tuesdays because nothing really happens on Tuesdays. It's a lame day. So, but that is what I have been doing. I mean, I think keyword, if you get anything out of how I just mumbled, keyword is consistency. It really, really will help you in your business. So that's what I got.
Dude, why are you so smart? I freaking
Shut
love your
up.
tips.
I learned from you.
Seriously, your like referrals and the free product posts and the wrap drawings are like gold. So that's awesome. So everybody take that away from this. I did want to ask you, so when you're following up with your potentials, what does that message look like for you?
Depends on the person. Depends on if I know them personally or if it's somebody that I've just like friended through on Facebook. A lot of times with anybody who I message that I'm like following like their kind of story on Facebook for a while, I kind of like in my head already picture a product that I think that they could benefit from or would like or whatever. I'm kind of insane like that, I guess. So, depending on that, I kind of like pick what I think that they would be benefiting from. And I'm short and sweet and to the point. One of the things that I would say is that I've learned from you and also I have learned that has just worked is never answer a question that wasn't asked. That is, because I'm so like, I get so excited, like, oh my gosh, this would be great for you because it does this and this and this and this. And they're like, holy crap, I did not ask that. So I feel like quick to the point. If somebody asks me something, I just respond. So how much are greens? $33 a month if you become a loyal customer, and that's it. So I'm just like quick, super to the point. But if somebody, if it's somebody that I've been chatting with for a while, I just say, hey, love, I'm just messaging you. I know life gets busy. Just want to check and see if you had any further questions about blah, 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 whatever product. Or I just, like, if there's like a BOGO sale, I message all my loyal customers that I already have about the sale. And then, like, if it's somebody that I've spoke to about a certain product, like, I'll be like, hey, so, you know, I've been talking to you about the cleanse for however long. Guess what? It's on BOGO. So you can get one and get one free. So, like, I'm just cool about it, I guess. But I will say that one thing that has helped the best is never answer a question that wasn't asked.
I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I also love that your husband and you do it together. I think that's the cutest thing in my life. Okay, so next we have posting tips. Ashley Davis, you are next, dude. Wherever you are.
Okay. I think I'm there. Can you hear me? No. I can.
Yeah, we hear you. I hear you.
Okay, good. Sorry, I have you set up. I'm down in my basement to get away from my kids, so otherwise it would be chaotic. So posting, when Claire gave me my topic, I was like, oh, something I think I can handle. Let me see here. So I feel like posting is kind of one of those things that's talked about a lot. You see, I don't know, when I first started, I saw that 3-3 rule, where we talked about doing your 3 business posts and your 3 personal. I kind of live by that. I don't necessarily always do 3 and 3. My life's a little like everybody else is crazy. So I do good to do 2 and 2. But I've been at it a year and a half, and so far it's working pretty good. I try to make them, you know, obviously you want to be relatable. You want, like I've heard many of them say throughout the night, you want to be somebody that, you know, you're attracted to. One thing when I joined that I had the fear of, I was like, I don't want to be one of those obnoxious girls that's always posting the spammy things, and I'm like blocking or messaging me, telling me. I've had people message me about health products, and I'm like, dude, I sell them myself. Like, you obviously don't even know who you're messaging. So things like that, like make sure when you're posting that it's attractive. Make sure it's something that is relatable to you, because like everyone tells us, you want this business to be a lifestyle. You don't want it to be just something that anybody, you know, doesn't want to be a part of. I feel like I'm going to echo a lot of the stuff, but relate it into posting, because consistency. I tell my team this all the time, because I'll get messages from my new people that, you know, oh, nobody's liking my post, nobody's commenting on anything. I don't care. Keep posting. If you don't keep posting, no one's going to know you're even selling it. They're not, when it comes time, you have this BOGO deal, nobody even is going to take you serious because you haven't been posting for 3 months. I cannot stress that enough. I'm like, I don't know who it was that said it a second ago. Majority of my customers, I don't get likes or comments or any kind of reaction from. They send me a private message. And so anytime I get that negative stuff from other people, I'm like, look, you don't know who all is messaging me behind closed doors. Like, if people are interested in this business, you just have to put yourself out there a little bit. Positivity. This day and age, good gosh, we could use positive information. Don't be one of those people that's going to be negative. Don't be posting about all the drama going on in the world. If you, anything, be an encourager. Be somebody that they want to, you know, people see your post and are like, hey, that made me feel a little bit better today. That made me want to do better today. When people see that kind of stuff, they're more likely to keep following you, and then they're going to see the it works stuff, and then they're going to be interested. So stay positive. Don't copy posts. So many people get busy and they think, oh, I just need to post something, so I'm going to copy my upline or copy anybody, really. You can find anything on there you want to, but change it up. Make it your own. People know when you do that, and they just keep scrolling. Change your emojis. Try to avoid those words that, you know, Facebook algorithms will catch, like comment here and percentages off and stuff. All those things are like tracked, you guys. So don't do it. Here lately, I've been seeing a lot, and I've been trying to do it more myself, where people will, you know, make a short comment, especially on Facebook, short post, and then in the comments is where they'll put their before and afters. And then you'll have people comment on those and stuff like that. And I try to get on my teams even and like comment on their posts and get them to put their before and afters in there, because the more comments and stuff they have, the more your posts are going to be seen. So make sure you do that. As a 12-hour shift worker, the draft feature, amazing. I will go and I will schedule, not really schedule because I'll go in at work and add it in there, but I'll go and write up all my posts for the day. And then when I'm on my lunch break, I can post in 2 seconds, whereas sometimes I'm not as good with words as some people, so it takes me a little bit longer. So I try to pre-plan those types of things. If you don't know about that, I mean, really, you just go on there and you cancel it. And then when you cancel it, it says save as draft. And Facebook does it now too. So it's like life-changing for me. I said no spammy ads. Let's see. Another big thing is know your products. When I first joined, that was one of the things I did. I just got on there and read about all the products. I might not know all the details, but I know the basics. And if you know the basics, you can throw a post together pretty easily. If you haven't been on the Product Coach, it's a great tool to learn your products. Let's see. One other thing that I think I got this from Brittany Hayes when she first actually started, not that too long ago, but how she picks 1 or 2 products a week and does the attractive marketing, and she'll post about those products consistently over time. I don't know exactly who said it or where it came from, but I've heard it said that, you know, it takes 8 to 10 times for someone to see something before they actually decide that maybe they should try this. So if you do that, like for me, my good selling products are cleanse, hair, skin, nails, those types of things. So I tend to post about them a lot more, mainly because I have more actual customer results that I can share from those and stuff like that. So when people see it over and over, then they'll send me a message after maybe the 3rd or 4th post, and they're like, hey, what's this about? Tell me more. So that's been big help. And then lastly, I'd wrap it up with just remember, God brought you in this business for a reason. Sometimes, especially, I felt like about midway for me, I got really bad about comparing. And I know Erin talked about this, but I would compare myself to so many people, and don't fall for that trick. Satan will put these awful lies in your head, and he will tell you that you're not good enough, that you can't do this. Don't believe it. It takes discipline and it takes effort. Like she said, it's not going to happen overnight. It's not a microwave fix. We both have learned that together. But just really pour into it, put effort into it, post consistently. Whether you realize it or not, your inconsistency will speak volumes in this business. You just won't go anywhere. So that's what I've learned. Hopefully something will help you guys. And I guess I would just, one more thing, because something that's kind of been on my heart today when I was kind of thinking about, what to share with you. But the verse from 1 Corinthians 10:31, whatever you do, do all for the glory of God. I just thought about that even in posting, because it's such an outlet where you can bring positivity, you can share your products, you can do these types of things. But everything I do in life, I want to do my best. And that is even in posting. I want to make sure that people see it and they connect in some way that they're going to look again. So bring God the glory, share it, let everybody know what you're doing. And I promise you, over time, I've had customers rejoin that have joined like years ago, re-sign up and do the whole 3-year commitment over again, just because I'm consistent and they see it. And I'm a product of my product. I don't just post pictures. I actually use the stuff and share my results. And that's what people love. That's what people are going to relate to. So, all right, I guess that's it.
So good, Ashley. Thank you so much. One of the number one things that I jotted down, right as you said it, was that inconsistency speaks loudly. And I think that's kind of a flip side. Like, we hear a lot, that it's powerful to be consistent, but it's actually speaking very loudly if you're inconsistent. People are really going to notice that, and that is going to affect your business. So I'm really glad that you said it that way. But then also, I just wanted to say too, right when you said, like, in the beginning, you knew that it was important to know your products, so you went and learned them. I just thought, like, and this goes back to something I think it was Emily that said, you have to take ownership of your business. You have to take responsibility. And I love that from early on, you just took that responsibility and you said, I'm going to learn my products. So instead of sitting here and complaining that I don't know more about the products, I'm going to go take the initiative and learn about the products. And I think that's really, really powerful. And that's going to take you such a long way, like with your posting, with your business in general. So yeah, that draft feature, would you mind just taking like 2 seconds and telling us exactly how to do it? Because I know it's fairly new and it's not something I've had to use, but with how much you work, obviously that's so important. I know so many people on here work.
Yeah, literally you go and make your posts just like you normally do. And then when you, fell off. When you go and you hit post, it say cancel. And when you hit cancel, it'll say save as draft. On Facebook, it's a little bit different than Instagram. Instagram will let you save, like, I don't even know how many, because I'll put tons of them. But Facebook, you can only kind of do one at a time. So you don't have as much variation with that. But at least you can do one. And then when you come back up and you click on it to post, like to type something, it'll automatically pop that post up. And then you can literally just post it.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, so next we have Courtney. You're going to talk a little bit about posting also. Are you here? There you are. There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I know that it says Kyle on the bottom, but that's because I'm on his iPad, but I am Courtney. Hey everybody, how are y'all? I am excited to talk about posting. Y'all, it is so important to post. So many people are so afraid to post, but it's so important because you're going to be so surprised who winds up messaging you, who winds up being interested, who winds up being your total rock stars, all from just posting. So it's so important. And it's so important to post on Facebook and Instagram and, all those different sites. Don't just lock into Facebook. So many people are scared of Instagram. Don't be scared of Instagram. It's the same thing, just being consistent and posting. Don't spam, you guys. Try to stay away from just Googling things and just trying to get a post out there and posting anything you see. Try to to post about yourself and things, and try to go and use different apps to brighten up everything. Hold on. My thing is too bright. I can't see. Okay. Try to use apps to make things look more exciting, brighten things up. I know for like iPhones, you can use PicTapGo, and you can go to the filters Bright Side, Crispity, and Contrast. I know most everybody loves those. But some people that do not have iPhones, you just have an Android, because like for me, I have an Android, so I can't use PicTapGo. There's 3 apps that I love. It's PicsArt, Snapseed, and ToolWiz Photos. I love those. They're amazing. They're just as amazing as PicTapGo if you don't have an iPhone. And one thing that I love about Snapseed, just like in particular, is I like to go and I use here, I'll just like show you guys. I don't know if you can see. So I go to Snapseed and then I open a picture. And then, hold on. And then, can you guys see that? Hold on. It's a little blurry, but I go to Lens Blur on Snapseed and I will post like a picture of me like holding the product in my hand, and then I'll use the Lens Blur and kind of blur myself out a little bit and then spotlight the product. When I do that, it just kind of looks a little more professional, and just by using my phone, and I tend to get like more messages and more people commenting when I do stuff like that, and I make it just look a little cooler, a little more professional. So I highly recommend trying just playing around with different apps and filters and stuff. Also, if you are needing more customers and you're needing to build volume, then post more about the products. Post more like selfies, and if you don't if you're a new distributor and you don't have all the products and all that good stuff, go to my product coach, go to your upline, talk to them, get to know the products more, and just post a selfie and post all about the products, all about greens and how it helps you get all your fruits and veggies. You don't have to have the product in hand. People, like everybody says, people buy you before they buy the product. So put yourself out there, put your children with like the chocolate greens, or post like you with a wrap on and your dog's right by you on the couch or something. Just make it more about you. And when you're posting about the business, try to follow the past, present, future rule. So when you're talking about it, make sure you are sharing, you're getting really personal with your business posts, and you're talking about where you were, where you are, and where you want to be and where you're going. People love when you get personal. They love when, you go deeper. People can relate to it. They see and they go, okay, that's me. I can totally relate to that. I want to be a part of that. I want to make that extra income, all that good stuff. I also wanted to say, don't be afraid to go live, you guys. Reality TV is a success for a reason. People are nosy and people are curious. So when you go live, they get to hear you and see you, and it gets people excited. And with the algorithm, it goes higher up. More people see it. Even if they're not watching you, like you don't see like a lot of people on right then, it will go back up in their newsfeed, and they will come and they will watch it later. And you're just going to get so many people, more people watching when you do that. Try to get your husband involved on your live, or get your kids involved in your live. All that helps like so much. So, make sure you're, posting before and afters. When people see you, your HSN before and afters, they see your hair and they're like, okay, my hair looks like that. I see what it can do. I can see how much healthier it would look. Or they put on a wrap and, they're like, okay, my stomach looks like that. It could look like this. And, they relate, they are more inclined to jump in and want to use that product. Post, holding your finger, just help one customer get started on HSN or greens or something like that. People love to see that. And I also want to say, okay, so there's 3 things. Be bold, be positive, and be confident. Be bold enough to get real, to share personal stuff, to not be afraid of that. Be positive. No negative, guys, no politics, no any of that stuff. There's so much negativity in our world right now. We need to be love and life. People need to be drawn to us. They want to come to our page. They want to, you know, be excited about things, be excited about life, be excited what all this can do for you. Be confident enough to post selfies. Don't be scared. People love you. The people on your feed love you. They want to see you. They want to see your face. They want to see your children. So be confident. You've got this. Also, I want to say post with a purpose. You guys don't just post out of obligation because, you know, you feel like you have to post because your upline is or whatever. You just feel like you have to post. Post with a purpose that, you know, you are helping somebody get started on their journey. You're helping people reach their goals. You're helping change their lives. You're helping them get started in this business and making a difference. So post with that purpose and don't just post just to get it out there. So anyways, I know I talked fast, but that's what I have for you. And sorry I talk a lot with my hands.
You're totally fine. It was so good. Thank you so much for sharing your tips. So good. I love that. Be bold, confident, and positive. I feel like I'm going to put that on a sticky note on my computer and just like keep it there because I think that's a good reminder for everything that we do in our business. And I love that you gave some Android apps for pictures because I get asked that all the time. Like, where are the Android apps? And I have no clue. So thank you so much. I'm going to give those to everybody who asked me now. So good. Thank you. Okay, we are going to go into the next category, which I'm really excited about. We're going to have a couple of incredible girls talking about leadership. And so we have, first up, Jamie Eller.
Hi.
Oh, there you are. Hey, girl.
Hi.
Okay.
This is exciting.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to hear from you. Let me spotlight you. Where'd you go? I lost you. Oh, there you are. Sorry. Okay, go for it. I'm so excited to hear.
Okay, so I'm really just going to jump in. I don't really have a lot to say beforehand, but other than I was a manager before I started at Works, and it just wasn't for me. I didn't like working 9 to 5. Really, it wasn't 9 to 5. It was like 9 to 11 at night. I had done Herbalife before, and it just didn't work for me. They didn't tell me how to work the business. I knew I liked the products, but that's not enough to run your business. Like, I know we're always saying be a product of the product because it makes us more reliable. It's not enough. You have to know how to run your business. And this business actually talks a lot about layered leadership. And layered leadership is pouring into yourself and then pouring into others. And I actually have yet to read the Layered Leadership book, but I am going to. It's actually next on my list, and then Rhinoceros Success. But a few people have talked about personal development, so I don't really want to talk on that too much. But you do have to pour into yourself in order to build your team. There's no way for you to build your team if you're not constantly learning. You have to constantly be learning and growing and analyzing yourself and understanding, you know, what did I do last week? Did I not talk to enough people last week? You know, maybe I didn't blitz enough last week. And part of that is being your own manager. You're not a manager for the rest of the people under you. Okay, like, the people under you, this is their business, and they're going to work it if they want to. And if they don't work it, that's not your job to make them work it. But whenever they come to you, you're still going to be uplifting and motivating and positive, and tell them that, like, they are more than ready to do this, but they have to know that they're more than ready to do this. And so one of the main things I wanted to talk about that I feel like not a lot of people talk about is being a manager to themselves. This is your business. This is something that you have to invest yourself in. And if you're not constantly focusing on yourself, not only your team, but you have to be leading yourself in the right direction, because a lot of people get so caught up in, oh, I need to reply to every message. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to do this for my team, that you get lost in helping them and you forget about your own business. And so I really wanted to talk about being a manager to yourself. And step one is setting goals. Okay, and I'm talking short goals, not short term, but you are putting into very short sentences long-term and short-term goals. Okay, so I'm talking like 250 words max. Like, you have to know, like, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to do it this month. There it is. There are my goals. Okay, and then you have to go into your own praises. Okay, and these are all like super, super short. Okay, like, you should be able to fit it onto a page this size. Okay, like 250 words for each one, but you praise yourself. What did you do last week that you are super proud of? Okay, like, I messaged 150 people last week. Awesome. You know, did you build your hundreds list? Awesome. You know, why did you do those? What was easy about those? What was hard about those? But keep it short, okay? And then you go into, like, reprimands. I hate to say that because it's like someone slapping you on the wrist. But you go into, like, what did I not do last week? Maybe you didn't blitz enough people. Maybe you didn't do everything that you thought you were going to do, but that's okay. Why didn't you do it? And what can you do different this week to make sure that you do it? Do not use reprimands as a crutch to go into a hole. Okay, I was telling this to my team today. I was like, you can have bad weeks. It's okay. And like, I think it was Erin, she was saying, like, go scream into a pillow, you know, go scream at a possum. Who cares? Go and do that, and then come back, sit down, and recollect yourself. It's okay. It's okay. But you have to figure out, what did you do wrong and how are you going to fix it? One of my favorite quotes ever, I seriously tell it to myself every day, is you have to be able to you have to be able to acknowledge a thought without accepting it. Okay, so you have to be able to say, like, I did not blitz 50 people this week, but I will blitz 40 this week. Make it a little easier on yourself. Don't necessarily have to go the whole your like long-term goal. Make it a little shorter and then turn it into your long-term goal. It's still your long-term goal. It didn't change. Okay, so that's my main thing, is just be your own manager. Okay, be the person that says, hey, you weren't working hard enough this week. I need you to focus. Come on. You know, I need you to really like be in the now. Remember why you started and do it. And like, that's really, I have one. That book is called 1 Minute Manager, if you want to read it. It's by Kenneth Blanchard. I don't know if you've ever read it, but it's a super awesome, super short book. But I'm also going to tell you all about this other book that is going to help you with leadership as well. It's called Who Stole My Cheese by Spencer Johnson. And basically, there's 2 mice in a maze. There's cheese. The cheese disappears. One of the mice is like, no, we need to stay. The cheese is going to stay here. The other one is like, no, the cheese is elsewhere. Like, we need to keep going. We need to keep expanding. We need to keep exploring and find this other cheese. And the point is, if you are going for Ruby, and you only have one person working with you on your chart, but your chart is filled, like you could be Ruby this month, you team up with that person. Okay, you don't keep waiting for the cheese to come. You don't keep waiting for the other people to do what you thought they were going to do. You go get your cheese. Okay, you go get it. because it's out there. We're on social media. Okay? We're on social media. I want y'all to understand that this is a never-ending supply of customers and teammates, friends and family. Like, it's unstoppable. And so that's really all I had to say, was just, be your own manager and don't give up on the team that's not working, because you don't know when they're going to rise to the top. You don't. They could just one day click and you need to be there for them. So you don't just stop being there for them. Always be uplifting. Always be positive. Always be posting on your team chats. Spencer Johnson is the author of Who Stole My Cheese. And both of those are extremely short books. Like, they're from PhDs. Like, they're short. They're to the point. They're awesome. But, that's all I had on leadership.
I love all that so much, Jamie. That was just, oh my gosh, so good. And I love the books that you recommended to do. I haven't read those. I wanted to ask you one question to share, because I feel like you could really give some insight that helps people with this. But can you just give a quick overview of what a typical day looks like for you? Because obviously you're doing this full time. For those of you that don't know, Jamie took a leap of faith, and she's been doing this full time since, is it 1 month in the business, Jamie?
It was a little less than, I honestly think I was 2 months in the business. And I had been thinking about, leaving Golden Chick for a while. And then I got really mad one weekend, I'm not going to lie. Just some stuff happened, and they just weren't letting me do my job the way that I wanted to. And I saw that I could do this job the way that I wanted to. And it just changed. I was like, done.
Okay, I couldn't remember how long it was, but I knew it was super fast. So for those of you that don't know, now you know, Jamie's been doing this full time, and she saw the vision from day one, and she's literally been the most passionate person that's ever come into my business. I love her so much. But Jamie, what does your typical day look like, as far as how much time are you spending, helping your team and helping them grow and answering questions and, providing training, doing this, and then doing, blitzing and continuing to build your business?
That's a good question. Okay, so like most people, it changes often, but I try to stick to a pretty consistent routine. Consistency is the key. So I actually wake up pretty early. I try to give myself enough time before the dogs wake up and before my fiance wakes up. I typically do my self-development. I get ready for the day. I, put on a happy song so that I'm pumped up, ready to go. I really that's my kind of me time. If I have time, I'll work out before the self-development. Sometimes I don't wake up at 6 a.m. Sometimes it's 7. But I do try to work out every day. And from there, most of my morning is consumed by just life. Once the dogs are up, I'm doing that. And then around 1 o'clock is really whenever the dogs start winding down and falling asleep. I swear it's like having babies, they have their nap time. And I use that time to really focus on my chart. I always look at my chart every day. Just that reminder of where I'm going. I look at my chart every day. And then I also have my planner. I don't think it's out. But if I could show you my planner, it has it's a monthly, weekly planner. And on the days that people have orders, auto shipments, I go 3 days prior. Or if I'm looking at my day, I'm going 3 days ahead and looking at who hasn't ordered that day and I need to follow up with them or something like that. And then I always send out probably 20 follow-up messages. And that's not saying that they're follow-up messages. It's not hey, are you getting the cleanse? But it's what were you doing this weekend? You're still trying to create that relationship with them. And sometimes it takes longer than others. And let's see. Yeah, I usually do that until about 4 o'clock because I'm really focusing on my like actual business because the dogs are wound down for about 3 hours. It's about what I get. And yeah, so relationship building, looking at my chart, follow-up messages. I always message like a few people that I think could be my warm market. Sometimes they might not actually be my warm market. Like, we were friends in elementary school, like best friends in elementary school, but we haven't talked since then. But yeah, I'll still send them like some kind of message saying I started this and, would you want to support me? How can I help you kind of message. But yeah, I mean, really once 6 o'clock hits, it's harder. It's more of just following people on Instagram and finding people on Facebook and like commenting, liking, creating that interaction between people. But yeah, after 6 o'clock, it really winds down a lot for me.
I love that. I love how you're doing all that, and then you're, still helping your team all throughout the day, but you're still building your business very actively.
Oh, I didn't say that. So I always try like at least 3 times a week to send something super motivational to my team. And sometimes it happens every day in a week, but like there are certain days where I find something that is just hits my heart and I'm like, they need to hear this, and a lot of times it gets good feedback or sometimes they just read it and walk away, but it hit my heart. So
I love that, Jamie. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Jamie, for sharing. I know that you just shared so many good practical tips for everybody, and I love the book recommendations. I'm gonna have to read those. But okay, now we're gonna go over to Emily Robinson. Are you on here, Emily?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead. Emily's going to tell us some more about leadership. I know she has some amazing, amazing tips to share with us.
I do, and I realize how awful my video is. Sorry, you guys. I've never been on my computer before. So first of all, I really don't have anything more to say other than I need to go buy a possum and find my cheese. So write that down in your notes. No, I'm kidding. Legit though, my 4-year-old only never cooperates when I have a Zoom night, just FYI, and she accidentally deleted my notes for this. And so I would thank you, Jesus, for iPhone having the deleted folder because I just found it again like 6 minutes ago. So anyway, so I do have a couple different points. Several, actually. I'm super excited about this opportunity. So thank you guys for asking me. I really wanted to focus on what it takes to be a leader, and I'm majorly figuring this out as I go. So a lot of this is because of trial and error purely, not because I've got this leadership thing down and I'm doing so well at it. No, it's majorly trial and error. So I come from the hairdressing world, like so many of us, and what I love about my industry, because it's still part of my DNA, is that it doesn't matter if you're John Paul Mitchell, if you're Mario Ciccocci, if you're Vidal Sassoon. You started behind a chair with a pair of scissors and a shaky comb, and you had no clientele, period. And that's what I loved about network marketing, and what I love about this business especially. So take that pressure off yourself that you should have this figured out. Or if you're a nurse or you're a CEO or you're a line worker somewhere flipping burgers, I don't care, whatever your background is, start from scratch and give yourself grace in that. It's one of the best things I can give any leader is to give yourself grace. Don't have any preconceived notions of what you think you should be, where you should be already, or blah, blah, blah. Take that pressure off yourself and give yourself grace to refine yourself and to redesign who you already are at this point, no matter your age. So people have already touched on that we are in the relationship building business. And I'm really going to try to focus this only on leadership and not take my little segues where my brain keeps wanting to go. So point number 1, I want you to figure out how to know yourself. First thing is that really figure out what your strongest personality color is. And if you don't know what that is yet, when you get off of this Zoom, log into eSuite and watch this like 30 or 40 minute hilarious video of, I think it's Mike Patillo, explaining the different colors. So if you really want to know what I am, here's this ridiculous, you can't even tell my screen's too bright. I'm a green who wants to be a red. with not a drop of blue and a smidge of yellow because I'm a mother, but that's about it. So I really am working hard on letting my red side come out and stop overanalyzing. That's the biggest issue that I have being a green. So because I've been able to figure out though more of who I am personality wise, it's helped me learn how to encourage my team, how to communicate with my team majorly. And my love language kind of ties into that too. And I think it's Gary Smalley. I don't actually remember who the author is of that book, but learning my love language really had helped this month. I kind of had a trial by baptism by fire into leadership, which I'm going to talk on it here a little bit, but I am majorly an acts of service person. So like Erin said, that treat this business like a marriage and then treat it by choice. Even though my husband does not clean up after himself very often the way I would prefer him to. And for some reason that speaks like volumes to his love for me. The fact that he does do certain things I'm okay with, and I need to just lower my standard and realize the same thing. When I started this business 16 months ago, I wasn't doing everything Katie told me to do either. Surprise there. I had a very, very, very warm market and signed 1 million loyal customers really quickly and actually hit what I wanted to make. Gary Chapman. Yes. Thank you. Sorry guys. Smalley, someone else. Sorry. I get distracted by the chat. I need to move it away. Anyway, because of that warm market, I actually didn't even try to build my team because I hit what I wanted to be making monthly. I was just happy, I guess, with my full-time job and with loyal customers. So doing everything my leaders have said, starting to do that this year has made a huge difference. Okay, so sorry, segue because the chat distracted me. Okay, so number 2 is speak life into yourself, your team, and your business. I am a huge advocate of having a war room wall and speaking truth. And I speak verses into my life and over my business all the time. There's so much power in your words. I had an amazing client once who had 5,000 degrees and something amazing, and talked about the true power of your words. And there really was an experiment out there where you had 2 exact same roses grown from the same bush in the same kind of cups in the same kind of water. They legitimately wrote love on one and hate on the other. And the love flower outlived the hate flower. Like the hate flower actually died quickly. The power of our words, and I even think it was written in Chinese or something where it was at, but the power of our words, even in jest. So even if you joke, oh, I just am not a people person. I say that one all the time. I think or I don't like people, or what's another one I used to say? I don't know. I can't think of it right now. My husband's not here. He could give you a list, I'm sure. But just even in jest, when you make those little knocks to yourself, you're speaking things into existence. And on the flip side, you can also speak, I'm a black diamond. I just had to figure out what that was because I didn't know what it was. But I am going to be a black diamond someday, even if it takes me 10, 15 years. I don't care. I'm going to make the money that I never thought was possible, that I never thought I needed, because that's the legacy God's called me to change and to provide. So building your mind first. Again, we always talk about you can't pour from an empty cup. Everyone keeps saying self-development. I legitimate for 12 months probably, because I'm only 4 months of really being solidly in this with some different things we've had going on. I've started doing self-development, and it was on a Zoom with Britt Sheridan and Carissa. And Carissa said she was at Ruby for what felt like ever, and it wasn't until she took self-development seriously that she went diamond. And that is something I have focused on since about April when I hit the ground running with this business. And Stephen Furtick's my man too. I don't know, someone else said that he is the most incredible man of God. And I cannot get a day in my life without Elevation Church. But really pouring into my mind, because mindset is something I struggle with greatly. I can talk a big talk. I was doing live videos on Freedom Legacy before I was even like, who is this Emily Roby chick? I don't care. I can talk a big talk. But for real, really filling that in your mind and building that up is something that's so essential. So back in spring, Katie called me and kind of gave me a challenge to kind of, am I in this or not kind of a thing. And she was loving and incredible about it, but really said that God had laid me on her heart for this time. And I was so honored by that phone call, and was just so touched that I decided, yes, like God had been welling up in my heart. I watched her for 9 months, you guys. I could have had a baby in that time frame that I waited and doubted and lived in a place of skepticism and darkness, wondering if I could do this, wondering if this really was what God had called me to. And he did, literally called me and prepared my mind, had been preparing my mind for several years now, that there was going to be a stage, I can't think of the word I'm trying to say right now, but there was going to be a vehicle for me to be able to have a voice for what he had called me to tell my story. And I want to encourage you to remember that you were called here for a purpose. Whether you have one distributor under you, I don't care if it's your husband and you signed him up under that $10 kit deal. He is your distributor, and you have a team that God is preparing for you that you can speak life into now. And that's what I did. And I talk about God reaped a harvest that I couldn't even imagine back in May. And I am still figuring this leadership thing out. But y'all know I'm going to speak it into existence because that's what I do. Okay, so number 3 is forget about yourself completely. Like, seriously, if there is one thing I have learned all of a sudden by this baptism by fire into this huge team, is that it has nothing to do with me anymore. Just like with my parenting. As much as I can't even say that. I got married super young and started popping out kids. So I've not really had an adult life about me, but it's cool. Someday I will, when I'm Black Diamond in 15 years. But I'm not going to speak that in. It's going to be in 5 years. There we go. Speak it in. Speak it in. Okay. So, I remember it was a Zoom with Kelsey Thornton. She was explaining her dream board, and it really hit me. And this was before I ever had any distributors. She actually wrote over on so she wrote on Post-it notes her team's dreams and stuck them like all over her dream board, like over her personal dreams, because those personal dreams weren't going to be achievable or whatever, accessible, until her team hit those dreams, period. Granted, and I absolutely adored what Jamie just said about you are not managing your team. That took so much pressure off of me, girl. Like, it's all that about wordage. That took so much pressure off of me. I'm just here to encourage, love, and inspire when they reach out and just touch base. But anyway, you have no idea. Speaking that into existence, like, it's not about me anymore. It never has been. And God called me that. He really like smacked me in the face with it over this weekend, that this team that he's given me is broken and hurting and facing some struggles and battles that I haven't faced yet in my life. Some of them I have, some of them I haven't, but I can pray for these women. I can pray for their husbands. I can pray for their marriages. I can pray for their kids. I can pray for their health. My team is facing some things that I had no idea, you guys. Social media is amazing what we can choose. And I had no idea some of these people I have been talking to for weeks have been dealing with some real heavy life issues. But that's the beauty of this world, is that it's not meant to be simple and easy. Like, God is here to guide and direct, but we have to go through the dark and the muck and the pit, and we are here to do it together. And so giving this honor to pray for these people. And I legit, like, within the shower, because it's the only time I have to think without people sometimes, because sometimes my kids take baths with me, y'all. I just need a bathroom. I literally put my hands up in the air, you guys, and I almost hit the ground on my knees, but I'm 9 months pregnant and it wasn't going to happen. I legit, though, felt such a burden for someone on my team that I just poured over them in prayer. I woke up in the middle of the night to pee because I'm 9 months pregnant, you guys. And I legit couldn't go back to sleep until I prayed for this person, because God laid them on my heart so much. I'm going to start crying because I'm 9 months pregnant, y'all. But for real, God laid this chicken list person, and I love talking to my chicken list people. It's like a big old dare from my heart. My chicken list people are my favorite. And since I finally learned that I can actually message them without asking Claire or Katie how to do it, because I pretty much write my messages myself. And there's a reason. I know it was, I don't know, super adorable Ambassador Diamond girl. I can't think of her name right now. Her husband's name Taylor. Why can't I think of her? Her hair's gorgeously long. She's super young and beautiful. Crap, can't think of her name. But yes, Jocelyn Yates. Thank you, everybody. She shared that when God lays someone on your heart and that Holy Spirit grabs you, do not do anything until you pray for them and message them, whatever, because it is so real. Believe in that little voice that whispers in your head. So that's part about forgetting about yourself. Number 4, set your team's pace. Another thing, this is something I've heard from another Zoom. believe more, study more, work harder than you expect your team to, because they will do maybe 50% of it. Let's just be real. Just like my kids, you know, like it's just the same concept. It's not anything different. People are trying, you know, it just trickles down, right? Like, I mean, it's just a fact of life. It's going to be about 50% of the effort you're putting into it. And instead of, someone else said earlier too, instead of being like, oh, well, they signed another person, or, oh, whatever, when you start, I think it was Aaron, when you start get that negativity in, put your dang phone down, put your computer down, walk away and get your mind right. I do more personal development in my day right now than I post. like legit, my mind, there's like a battle for my mind and my attitude all the flipping time. Okay, so my number 5 then is ignorance on fire is just as beautiful as really knowing what you're doing. And like I said, I got baptized into that majorly. I'm growing up, I was that person that wanted to run for president. I didn't want to run for secretary first or treasurer and then next year run for vice president. Like, no, I wanted to be president right away in like 7th grade with my class, whatever. And it's cool. I ran for it, got denied, it's fine. And I actually had a teacher tell me, why don't you just shoot lower? Hell no. I didn't say that in 7th grade, but I may or may not have, I don't know. Grace, people, grace. But no, for real, I think embracing who you are, really learning your personality. And obviously I'm very shy, if you can't tell. But no, embracing who you are though, for real. Be bold if you're bold. If you're not, figure out how to be bold in your way. And I have a wonderful teammate who I adore, who we've been working on her believing in herself. And I have told her, borrow my belief in you until you figure it out. Because I can tell you right now, I would never have messaged you. I would never have met with you. I would never have rapped you if I didn't want you on my team. And if that's not enough, girl, then I can't help you. Like, I've gotten to that point with almost reverse psychology, because I do believe in people. I really do, because Katie believed in me before I ever believed in me. And the Lord believed in me before he even put me in my mother's womb. You know, like, we are here for a purpose, and you are legit created for this business. And if you don't believe that yet, start, because it's going to change the second you get that mindset shift. And again, give yourself grace. That's all I can say. Grace and grace and more grace. I started this full-time behind the chair, still caregiving for my grandparents who did not live with us at the time. And now I'm home full-time. And I legit think this is harder. Like, this is hard, you guys. And I think it's because I am so green, and I like structure and regimen, and my structure and regimen doesn't necessarily look like the same thing every day. And I think that's what I'm trying to get over. And it's okay, because I have toddlers and grands, and they're busy and they all need help. And really simplifying. Another thing someone said I've just learned by trial by error this week too, is simplifying my goal set daily for myself. Instead of my green personality to-do list, which is right in front of me, which is stupid, insane, and I've actually started just dry erasing it away. We're good. I've hit like 3 things. I'm going to post, I'm going to message, and I'm going to pour into my own mind. That's where I'm at. I've simplified it so much because that's progress to me. And if nothing else happens from that, like, it's okay. It's going to be okay. So there's lots of love and grace. And if anyone has any questions, I'm open for it. Or if everyone's ready to go night-night, go night-night.
You are incredible. Like, my goodness. I'm literally sitting here, and I just texted Katie, and I was like, this girl needs to be like a speaker at like huge events, like standing up on stage, like addressing tons of people. I feel it. Like, I don't know, you have an anointing on your life, Emily, and every time I hear you speak, I'm just blown away, and I'm so encouraged by everything that you say. This is so, so good. I'm so appreciative for you coming on and sharing your heart with us tonight. And this Zoom was powerful.
This has been awesome.
My goodness. Like, what is our team? Like, I just cannot believe all of the gems that we have on this team and the incredible just messages that each of you shared with us tonight. I just feel so blessed, so encouraged, and so much like I will probably never speak on a Zoom again because I don't need to. So incredible. Thank you guys, all of you, so much. Katie, did you have a question for Emily? I don't know where you are. Are you there? She's somewhere.
Sorry, I couldn't unmute myself.
No, I'm kidding.
I feel like you covered everything. I'm just so thankful for the leader that you are and the way that you pour into your team and encourage your team. daily. I'm really proud of the way that you lead your team. That's not a question, but.
Well, thank you.
I think. Whoa, hold on.
Who was that?
That's pretty.
We want to hear from you, whoever you are. Who was that? I don't know.
It was me.
Oh.
And did this work?
Yep.
Okay. I unmuted myself on the wrong thing. I'm on my phone and on my computer at the same time because neither one is reliable. I just wanted to say, Emily Roby, and I feel like this is good for everybody to hear. We've done these Zooms, live wording Zooms, and they're incredible, and I love them, and I love that we get to, like, give you guys this advice. But Emily, oh, crap. What the heck? Why am I?
Here, I'll mute myself again, see if that's it.
No, it was me again. I don't know what is going on. But I think that one thing that you said that was so good for me was to just hear you say, like, I'm confident enough to message people myself now. Like, how business changing was that for you? You just said it. It was like this short little thing that you said. But I find that so powerful that, you know, I feel like confidence from you like I haven't felt before. And hearing you speak and hearing you just talk about your business and how you have done, you know, so well with it and how you've taken it, like you've taken it and made it your own. Like that is so powerful. And I think just hearing, you know, you say, I don't have to ask people how to message anymore. I just do it. And I think that that's just life-giving for everybody to hear. Just be confident, you guys. You all have that same exact power to message people on your own and be the, you know, best wording person for that potential. Because God has you talking to them for a reason. He doesn't have you talking to Claire. He doesn't have you talking to Katie or Brittany. He has, you know, you talking to you. And so just remember that too. That was encouraging for me to hear, Emily.
I love it. So many good things. I have like 10 pages of notes. Thank you guys so much for hanging with us on this Zoom. This was kind of, we were seeing what it was going to be like to have this many people on one Zoom. And obviously we went long, but I really appreciate you guys for all hanging in on this Zoom because it was incredible, every single minute of it. And we'll do more of these emerging leader Zooms, and maybe we'll just do half the amount of people so we, you know, stay within our time and everything like that. But thank you all. Learned so much. I'm going to have this recording up on my YouTube, so make sure you get your teams to watch because I know that I learned a lot of business changing things tonight, and so I want to make sure that you guys get this out to your teams. So I'll get it up on YouTube tonight, and then you guys can get it sent out to your team. So thank you so much for being on. Love you guys. Have a great night.